Hey, my project today is to replace the front shocks in my 1964 Mercury Monterey, which is a bit disappointing actually because I've already changed the front shocks on my car. The problem is I went with some cheap replacement Rock Auto shocks and the car is so heavy, it absolutely dominates them. So, in this box I have new Ridetech adjustable shocks. I would say I bought them, but they were actually a birthday present, which is even better than buying them. Now, I already have Ridetech adjustables in the rear, and that's what convinced me that I need to do the same for the front. Now, compared to the shocks I did have in there, which were a KYB, these are 8 times more expensive each. Are they 8 times more better? I believe they will be, but I gotta put them in to find out. And no coilovers or anything. I have good springs, new springs that are cut to the right height. Coilovers do give you an option to, adjust your height anytime you want, but it's at a good height, so why change it? The KYBs, which I show you, fit not just the full-size Ford and Mercury, but also mid-size GM cars from the 80s, like G-body cars, which I think that shock was really made for. So it really does not handle the dampening of the huge full body car, all the weight that's on there and that massive spring. It needs a lot of dampening. And this also fits the G-body, but it's adjustable. So we can tune it up to just the amount of dampening that we need. So like I said, I've already replaced the shocks in this car, so that was really easy. Before I had to chisel the old one out because it was so stuck in there. But here's what I just took out. These were the replacements I got. Even just look fairly dinky for the car, but I'm sure something this size probably is just fine. It just looks that way. So with this one, has only been in there a little while. You can definitely feel a difference in compression between these and the other ones. And once I compress it, it just shoots back out. So yeah, I just don't think I had a lot of rebound control with these. Even if I try to push it down and pull it, it just doesn't feel like it resists that much to that. No rebound control. I'm sure KYB, I don't want to be out there trashing a company or anything like that. I'm sure they make good things. This just isn't it. Not for this car. So they're 20 bucks. They're very inexpensive, which makes it tempting. But I would not recommend somebody put this in their car if they want to put miles on it. If they want to drive it, get something else. Maybe these are overkill, but wow, just the visible difference in quality on the bottom bushing, this nice housing down here, everything is just much nicer. So pop these in, do the other side, comparison, man, that thing's hard to compress, and then it comes out much more slowly, and you can, when I've actually gotten it compressed, you can feel the resistance on rebound. All right, get these in and do a little drive around and then see what the difference is. Okay, there's one installed. Just a note, when you remove the bolts from the bottom of the shock, keep them because they do not come with the kit, which I thought was a little hokey. I think they could have included that. And right here's how you'll make adjustments. I've turned it all the way to firm and then back 6 clicks. Is going to be my starting point, and I'll adjust from there. That should be a little bit on the firm side, and then we can soften it up a little bit. The other note I'll make, let's go look at this one that's sitting over here, is, you can see on the KYB, has open slots here, and the head of the bolt was pushed all the way to the outside. And then with the Ridetech, they have these slotted holes like this, and it's really tight to get the bolts in. The bolt hole spread. It'd be nice if this was just a little bit wider. So I actually think I might take I got a porting die grinder bit to just open these up a little bit further to give me a little bit more room to get those in there. But that's it. Time to get this one in. So I took it for a quick test drive, and I gotta say, my expectations on doing this was that it was going to completely change the way the car rode and drove, handled, everything, which is an obscene expectation for changing a set of front shocks. But man, it did. those KYB shocks were so bad that, and these are so good, the Ridetechs are so good that it feels like the whole front end is new, like it should, because the whole front end was rebuilt, and it feels like it has a sway bar and stability and everything finally. It doesn't get upset when you lift off the gas going around a corner, and if you go through a big dip, you aren't rebounding and slamming back into the ground. Things that this car was doing that made it a little less fun to drive. Now, it is what it should be. And it's great. A couple other notes. Starting out, I was 6 clicks off of firm on both sides. And I thought from there I'd have to soften it up a little bit further. And actually I went 2 more clicks firm and love that right where it is. Having the Ridetech's front and back dialed in, the car really rides and handles great without any other real modifications besides a lower A-arm toe-in stability bar from Bud's Classic Car, and I have a video on that installation as well. And that's just a problem with these 63, 64 Fords and Mercuries. Bad engineering idea that they used. Other note, when I bought the rears, I bought them straight from Ridetech, thinking, why does any retailer need to be in between making money? The problem there was, the cost was the same, but it took about 2 to 3 weeks to get them. A really long time in today's, Amazon Prime world. This time, my wife bought these for my birthday, and she ordered them from Summit Racing, and I live fairly close to Sparks, Nevada. They came the next day. So if I were to order something again from Ridetech, I'd just order from Summit just because of the shipping delay. And besides that, now I'm just going to drive it more. That's the whole point, isn't it?